Should I take a drop? Or should I join the college and then prepare for CLAT? Is spending an year for CLAT worth it? Hello students, welcome. We know it's been long, but we feel that this is also the right time to reach you onto the aspirants who are in dilemma regarding their future. CLAT results are out and many of you must be having many doubts regarding dropping a year or not. We are here to guide you through, but the ultimate decision is yours. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. So let's just brush through the pros and cons of dropping a year quickly. So pros of dropping a year. That is, most of the students are droppers. That is, most of the students at national law universities, especially the tier 1 national law universities, are droppers. So there is no need to worry about being the older one at your class, and age is just a number at national law universities. Also, you have written CLAT once already, so you have an edge over first timers as you are already aware of your strengths and weaknesses, and you can dedicate some time accordingly. Preparing for CLAT while the 12th boards are around the corner is a tough task, and the students often ends up being stressful. So here you have an edge over people who are already going to school, as you're already done with your 12th and you do not have any burden of your boards on your head. So you can totally dedicate your one whole year worth of time just for your CLAT preparation, keeping all the distractions apart. You have one whole year to prepare for CLAT, which gives you an edge over the school going students. So these are the pros of dropping an year. But guys, every coin has its two sides. So if there are some benefits of dropping an year, there are some negative aspects that we need to take a look into. Not everybody is able to keep the same dedication levels up for one whole year. So initially everybody is very excited and everybody is so ambitious that everybody just wants to land in an LSIU directly. But slowly, a student loses his or her interest and starts taking the preparation for granted. The enthusiasm a student has at the beginning of the preparation doesn't last long, and slowly they just start taking their preparation for granted, either because they're scoring good in mocks, or they're just not so, or they just start thinking that I have one whole year left, so why should I start preparing from now? I can just start preparing from January or something, and here he lags behind. Also, few start regretting their decisions midway. So, because we have so much time, we have this tendency of overthinking that leads us to regretting our decision of dropping an year. Because not everybody can, successfully cover this whole 1 year and just, utilize it for CLAT preparation. Sometimes it just happens that we start thinking that what if I had joined the law college that I got an admission into and simultaneously prepared for CLAT? Or sometimes people start realizing after a bit of preparation that I think I don't deserve law at all. I should have done some other course. I should have joined somewhere else. Why am I doing this? Am I doing wrong? So this kind of overthinking sometimes make you start regretting your decision midway, which eventually affects your preparation. Few start taking the society's tantrums too seriously and lose their focus. So did you watch this video called Log Kya Kahenge by Enthu Cutlets? If not, then go watch it and then you will understand what am I trying to say. So when a person is taking a drop, usually he or she is going to stay at home and prepare for the examination. So most of the time you will be seen at home, because of which your relatives or your neighbors or people around you might start questioning you, might start throwing tantrums, might start doubting your abilities, and these all things sometimes we might take it so personally that it might affect us. So if you're someone who takes people's words into consideration, then yes, you might be affected by all this. Sometimes we start expecting too much from the results because we have taken a year drop. So there are few students who think that because I'm taking a year drop, I'm sure that I will get into tier 1 NLUs. Guys, life is not like that. We start assuming that we must get into NLUs because we are working hard, and we need to realize that that's not how it is. Just because we are working hard, that doesn't mean we have to get the results in our favor. Sometimes, no matter how much of hard work we put in, we just cannot get there. We have to take in what life gives us. So we need to realize all these points. I request you to please analyze all these positive and negative aspects of dropping in here, and only then consider making a decision. So if there are some people who were thinking of taking a complete drop, there are some people who asked us if they should join the law college they have gotten into and then prepare for CLAT. So don't worry, we have some pros and cons jotted down for you too. So the pros of joining a law college and then simultaneously preparing for CLAT. Even if the CLAT doesn't go well, you're already in a law college and can continue studying there. So that indirectly reduces so much stress and pressure. So if you think that even if I'm going to take a complete drop, I may not make it to tier 1 NLUs, if you're in a doubt that you may not make it to tier 1 NLUs, then it's better that it's better that you join the law college that you've gotten into and simultaneously prepare for CLAT. Because even if the CLAT doesn't go well next year, you are already in a law college and you can just continue studying there, which gives you an edge over the complete droppers. Next, there is lesser pressure on us from the surroundings. As I mentioned in the cons of taking a drop, if you're someone who takes society's words and people's words into consideration and let it affect you, then taking a drop is not an ideal thought for you. Similarly, if you're joining a law college, then definitely you have a lesser pressure from your surroundings, from your parents, from your family, as everybody knows that you're already in a law college. So preparing for CLAT is wholly your decision. So you are the one who needs to focus. You will be having no pressure from your surroundings. So as I mentioned earlier, every coin has its two sides. There are few negative aspects of joining a law college and then preparing for CLAT. They are, first of all, multitasking gets hectic as you're already in a law college and you have to prepare for the examinations, you have to prepare for the presentations, seminars, workshops of the law college, and simultaneously you have to also prepare for your CLAT. So this multitasking gets hectic and it's exhaustive. So you won't be able to give your 100% to any of them. You won't be able to give your 100% to your law college. You won't be able to give your 100% to CLAT preparation. Sometimes that is like very exhaustive. Also, the semester exams are just before the CLAT exams. Hence, the student fails to allot the most required period of revision to CLAT. So basically, your law college semester exams might be in the month of March and April, and your CLAT examination is in the month of May. So you know what happens is March and April are most crucial months for revision. They're like the revision period for CLAT, which is the most required period and the most important period. So you will be missing on that because you have to prepare for your semester exams. So these are like the pros and cons for dropping in here or joining a law college and then simultaneously preparing for CLAT. We would recommend you to please go through all these aspects and then make a decision. But before making a decision, we have some most important points that have to be noted. They are preparing yourself for the worst. So see guys, sometimes despite the best efforts, you might not be able to crack CLAT. So please take this point into consideration and decide. Prepare yourself mentally that I am going to give my best, but the result shall not be expected. You should tell yourself that my aim is to study in national universities, but my goal is to become a lawyer. So our ultimate goal is to become a lawyer, but not to study in national law universities. National law universities is just our immediate aim that can help us become what we want to. But our ultimate goal is lawyer. Even if we are not studying in national law universities, we can definitely become a lawyer because there are other universities that are providing us the courses that are required to become a lawyer. So please take that point into consideration. Definitely, we have to prepare with the motive of bagging a seat in top tier national or universities, but we also need to prepare ourselves that if the things doesn't go in our favor, we need to accept how the facts are. Next, only Tier 1 NLUs, that is the top 5 NLUs, provide the students with high salaried jobs and student exchange programs. So if you just want to get into national or universities for high salaried jobs or student exchange programs, then they only happen in Tier 1 NLUs and not in all NLUs. There are my friends from national law universities who are not from Tier 1 national law universities, and at the end they had to find their own jobs even if they are from national law university. So if you want to join a national law university just to bag a high salary job, a high profile job, then you need to understand that this only happens in top 5 NLUs. Also, if you treat this 1 year, like if you think that dropping an year is a wastage and not as an investment, the dropping an year is not recommended. Because at the end, we need to understand the fact that no matter how hard we try, how best we give, the results are not in our favor. We have to take what life gives us. So take this dropping an year as giving one more chance to yourself. So there is something like, deep within you think that if I give myself 1 year worth of time, then I might make it to national universities, and that is the reason you're dropping an year. So, if something happens after 1 year and you are not able to make it to national universities, then don't treat this year as an wastage. Treat this year as an investment where you have invested most of the time to gain knowledge. So this 1 year is never a waste. It is just an year where you have just gained more knowledge. So do not treat it as wastage. If you think it is a wastage, then we won't recommend you to drop an year. And please remember, our passion, our goal is law and not national law universities. Aim for national law universities for knowledge consumption and not for packages. And if you think you can do well without any tax, then go for it. All the very best. Because we need to remember this fact that if national law universities are too good, there are other private universities which are doing well, which are doing good as well. So it doesn't matter in which university you are studying. It matters that how much passion you have towards law. It matters that what is your goal, and your determination, your passion, all these is what matters. So these are the pros and cons of dropping an year or joining a law college and simultaneously preparing for CLAT. So we hope we have guided you enough that now you can make a decision. Thank you so much for watching this video. This is Kavya Sharma signing off.